Hi, today for library, we're going to review a little bit and work on citing websites. So, reviewing plagiarism, what does that mean? It's when you take someone else's work or ideas and claim them as your own. So if you're doing a research project and you're finding information that you didn't come up with, how can you correctly cite that so that you will not be in trouble for plagiarism? That's what we're going to talk about in class today. So, how to cite websites to give credit where credit is due. These people have worked really hard on researching, on creating this information, and if we were to just steal it without giving credit, that's not right. So that's why we practice it. It's so important to practice it now while you are in school, before you get to high school, before you get to college, because it's so important to know how to correctly cite your sources so that you will not get in trouble for plagiarism. So we are going to practice, practice, practice. There are two different types of citations that we will use in library, and these are the most common types that you will see throughout middle school, high school, and possibly even college. These are the two that I've used the most in my life. And the first one is MLA, which stands for Modern Language Association. That's a mouthful. Modern Language Association. And APA, also a mouthful, stands for American Psychological Association. American Psychological Association. And when do you normally use these? What do you use them for? MLA. The L is your clue for MLA. MLA is mostly used for language and literature. So if you were in language arts class and you have to write a paper, a lot of times you'll use the MLA, the Modern Language Association format. Now, could your teacher have you use a different type? Absolutely, but that's why it was created. APA, American Psychological Association, is mostly used for science and social science. So maybe you are doing something for science fair or history fair. You might use APA formatting. Can your teacher ask you to use a different format? Absolutely, but that's why it was originally created. They both use the same information, but it's put into a little bit different format. So you have to pay attention to parentheses, to quotes, to periods, commas, colons. Those are the types of things that make MLA and APA just a little bit different. So pay attention, go through this, and then you will get to practice this on your own at the end of the video. Now we're going to practice citing websites. So I have taken pictures of websites that I found online, and I need your help citing them. And then you're going to do this exact same thing in a few minutes. So make sure you pay attention and follow along with all the steps. These are the things I'm looking for. On the right-hand side, they're highlighted. The author, title, name of website, publisher, and copyright date. Those are the 5 things I have to be able to find on a website in order to correctly cite it. So the first thing I want is my author, and I'm going to highlight it in yellow. So do you see an author on this website? Normally authors are listed underneath the title, close to the top. It would be probably right there-ish. Does this website have an author? No. Some websites do not have authors. That is okay. We have a format for that. But you do need to figure out if it has an author or not, because if it does have an author, we have to get credit for that. So I will leave that highlighted there blank so you can remember that we do not have an author on this website. The next thing we need, we're going to highlight it in green, and it is the title. You see the title? Right up at the top. It's bigger than everything else. Martin Luther King Jr. I need to make that a little bit bigger. There we go. Let's try this again. There we go. Martin Luther King Jr. is the title of this website article. What is the name of the website? We are going to highlight that in orange. The name of the website. You see it? It's at the top. It's pretty big. It's called Biography. That's the name of the website. Now we need the name of the publisher in blue. I've also taken a picture you can see here. I'm going to try to outline it here in black. Right here. Do you see this big thing that I took a picture of? This information is found at the bottom of websites. So if you scroll all the way to the bottom of websites, you're going to find this teeny tiny information that's going to be really helpful. So we're looking at that teeny tiny information, and I'm looking for the publisher. Normally, a lot of times on websites, the publisher is going to be found close to that copyright date where all that teeny tiny information is found. Publisher, down here at the bottom, is biography. Isn't that a little bit weird? The name of the website and the publisher are the same. That actually happens quite a bit. Does it always happen? No, so you need to check. But in this instant, it is. The name of the website and the publisher are both biography. And if you were to put A&E television networks, I would not count that wrong either because it's a trademark of that. So that would be acceptable as well. And last but not least, we need our copyright date. For the copyright, looking for C with a circle around it. That is our clue to find the copyright date. And remember, if there is more than one copyright date listed, we always use the most recent date. So let's look for that C with the circle. You see it at the bottom. The copyright date is 2019. All right, now we have all of the information that we need to put this website in the correct format. Now you will need the MLA APA handout that is attached to your assignment. You're going to use that this week to look for the correct format. So I'm going to open it up here. So we are under MLA and we want to go to web page, part of a website. Did our website have an author? No. So we're going to go to web page, part of a website with no author listed pattern. And we're going to follow along. This is what I'm following right here that's highlighted. So what is the very first thing I have to put? My title of page. It will have a period at the end. Notice what is around it. Quotes. I have to put quotes. So I'm going to go back. My title is Martin Luther King Jr. with quotes and a period. Now I go back to my format. What's next? I need name of website, period, and notice name of website. It is slanted. That is called italics. We have to put the name of the website in italics. So let's go back. Our name of website is biography. With a period, it's in italics. Okay, let's go see what's next. Next, I have publisher, comma. Don't miss your periods and commas, colons. Those are all very important. Publisher, comma. So our publisher, it's highlighted in blue, is biography, comma. But notice how this time when we wrote biography, it's not in italics. It is straight up and down. Biography, comma, that was our publisher. Next, we have, after publisher, copyright date, period. Let's go back. Our copyright date is in pink. It is 2019, period. Next, we have medium. Now, the medium of publication can be either of two words. You're either going to use the word print if it's in a book, or you're going to use the word web if it's found on a website. What did we use today? A book or a website? A website. So what is our medium of publication? We use the word web, period. Okay? And make sure if you use the word web or print, your medium of publication does need to be capitalized. So web, period. And last, we have to put the date accessed. The date accessed is the day that you got on that website to find the information. Because as we know, websites change. They update over time. So you want to put the date you got on there, because if the information changes tomorrow or the next day, you're going to have the correct information from that date. So the date that I got on this information is, you can probably see it at the bottom of my computer, is the 6th of November, 2020. So put whatever date you accessed that information, whatever date you got on there, so that you could go back and see the changes a website makes and make sure that the information that you're putting you got was available on that particular date. All right, now we're finished with MLA. We're going to use that exact same information to label APA. There might be a few differences, but it's mostly the same 5 things we highlighted. So for APA, I'm going to go ahead and open our sheet that tells us what to do, our format, and we're going to use the same one we used for MLA, but on APA. So we are going to web page, part of a website with no author listed pattern. So what's the very first thing we need? It is title of page. And what was our title of page? Highlighted in green. Martin Luther King Jr. And notice how on APA there are no quotes around the title. That is on MLA needs quotes, but APA does not. Next thing we need, copyright date, and notice what's around it, parentheses. So for APA, our copyright date needs parentheses, and what is our copyright date? In pink, 2019, period on the outside of parentheses. Next, this word, we need the word in, capital I, in. So we have that. And then we need name of website. Notice how the name of website is slanted. We need italics. What was our name of website in orange? It is biography. And then there will be a period. Next, we have to put this word. Everyone will put the word retrieved and then the date that you got on the website. So that might be different for everyone. So we have retrieved, and the date that I got on there, I'm using the same date, was November 6th, 2020. We all need the word from, and then you're going to copy and paste the URL link for the website. So from, and then if you were to go to this website at the top where you can click on the link, Control C to copy, Control V to paste, and you paste in the link. And that's it. You use those same 5 things for APA and MLA. Please let me know if you have questions. For this project, you get to choose. Would you rather use MLA for all your sources, or would you rather use APA? Totally up to you. You only have to use one, but you do have to cite all of your websites. So you choose if you're doing MLA or APA, and make sure in your assignment that you turn in, you have labeled if you're using MLA or APA. All right, good luck, and I'll see you next time. Bye.